Okay, right, good afternoon everybody. We'll get the last couple of phones in. We'll start with broadcast and then we'll have two sections today, one for the dailies and then one for the Sundays to preview Sunday's game. We'll start today's press conference with Paul Gilmore at Sky Sports News. Paul.
Thank you. Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Do you have any fresh injury concerns and do you have Kovacic and Rudiger back for this game?
No, for Sunday match not back. Both of them not back, but also no other injuries.
I was going to ask you about the Stamford Bridge playing surface. You mentioned the other night. What are the reasons it is in poor shape at the moment, and what are the solutions for you ahead of this game against West Ham?
I don't know. I'm not a specialist on it, and we're looking into highest level in every department. And I know that everybody is trying hard. I know, but I said it because the first goal was like the mistake from Andreas, but the mistake was because of a funny bounce of the ball, and we had more of them in the game. It was like it was a bit awkward to play and to calculate the speed and the bounce of the ball, and this one is clearly has a clear relationship, and well, it's like this. So that was it. But it's I know that everybody's working hard, and I know that everybody's working hard in every department and want to provide the best level, and so we try and keep on going.
Any perceived problems with the pitch? Is it related to the ongoing takeover situation?
At home, no. The demands are high. The demands are high from the manager. That's a bit the problem, and we were struggling a little bit with the timing of the renewal this season, and yeah, that's then this leads to a bit of the problem. So the pitch was in the beginning of the season not where it should be and where it could be, and we saw it and we felt it when we had away matches, and that's why it was a bit of a, and this one was now, like I said, a funny bounce and given to the quality of the pitch at this moment, and that cost us.
On the takeover situation, what do you make of Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams running one of the bids?
I just heard it. I just got a briefing and heard it. They are part of it. Well, I can tell you not more than I'm a big admirer of both of them. They're fantastic sports personalities, fantastic personalities on the court, on the racetrack, and off, who take responsibility as persons, as human beings, and are outstanding sport figures in what they do, which for which they have our biggest and my biggest respect. But I have absolutely no insight into the proceeding and then what role they play, so I would like to not comment.
Does it bother you that Lewis Hamilton is seemingly an Arsenal fan, or is this business?
That might explain something regarding 2 days ago, but hopefully no influence for the West Ham game.
And just a final one on the top four race, how do you call it at the moment? Do you feel secure in that third spot?
We never feel secure. I never feel secure in Premier League. That's my personal feeling, and I think it's good. I think nobody should never, because it's feeling secure does not keep you on the edge, and feeling secure is just very, very close and thin line to being lazy or not being fully alert. Maybe that's better, because nobody's lazy, but not fully alert. So no, I never feel safe in no part of the season, and nobody should in Premier League.
John Southall, 5 Live.
Hi Thomas, I'm sure you've dissected the video from the Arsenal game. Has your opinion changed at all on what you said the other night, and what have you learned from it?
Well, we have. You don't need to lose this match. First of all, not with this kind of performance, and not how the match is running. We have a bit of a, I don't know, a bad mix of big individual mistakes and a bit of lack of quality in the one-on-one defensive attitude, behavior in the box and around the box. We get punished for it heavily. I'm not so sure if I have an explanation why. the expected goals that we concede since the national break is a bit higher than normal, which is my responsibility to find, and which is, in my opinion, the responsibility of me. It's about tactics, it's about high pressing, deep pressing, how chances are created to keep the expected goals as low as possible. So this is a bit higher, not dramatically, but we conceded since the national break 12 goals, which is the double amount of expected goals. So I think like most of the times in football, it's a mix of bad luck. It's a big mix of circumstances, bad luck, and the opponent making the very most of what we offer them. But it's also like it's a mix of, like I said, big individual mistakes, and we lack the real determination and attitude in the one-on-one in the box at the moment to really keep maybe the actual goals under the expected goals.
How difficult is it for a manager, or frustrating? You can prepare your team during the week, and then is it fair to say you don't know which side's going to turn up at the moment? The one that was away to Real Madrid, or the one that lost to Brentford?
Yeah, strange. It was like, you know very well, it was like 2 matches after the national break, which can sometimes happen. For 1 match after the national break, it happened to us 2 matches. But then I had the feeling, and I thought, and I still think, that we had the turnaround already. This match here is, I don't think, even if the result is pretty similar, it has not. For me, has not the same similarities like the match against Real Madrid and Brentford at home, in terms of like that we were not disciplined enough, or with the ball, or we did crazy and were dragged out of shape. The first half was a wild half, was a bit of an open half, where we like gave a unbelievable goal away. Due to a personal mistake. So once again, like the amount of individual errors is too high. We should not talk around it, and we cannot talk around it. In 22, I think we already have like 8. I looked into it, 8 big mistakes that lead direct. I don't know. I would stop it if I knew. And now I lost it. So we have these kind of mistakes, and where was I? I don't know. What was the topic?
I was saying, is it a mental thing that you're making mistakes, or you've got more?
That was the interruption that actually made me lose my argumentation.
Last one, John.
That we could not compare it, yeah, and it's awkward, because like in the first half it was an open game. In the second half, I think we controlled it. I think we controlled the counter-attacks better. We were a bit more alert to where control it, and I could not feel it in real time, and not feel it like in when we analyze it, that there is a real danger in second half to lose the second half. In the opposite, I thought we are like totally in charge. We control where we want to control, and then we have like 2 very, very awkward goals. That is like it's almost impossible to concede 3 goals like this in a match like this given the quality and the determination that we normally have. But obviously, it's in the moment a bit fragile, and in home games. And there's another home game coming, and we have the chance to do it better.
Alex,
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
How are you? I'm sure you're aware, but Chelsea have played more games than any other side in Europe this season. 55 in all comps, and 5 have gone to extra time. Obviously, that takes its toll on the players.
Yeah.
But what about the manager? It's not physical tiredness with you, but is there an element of mental fatigue?
Yeah, always, but I'm also used to it, always. And I think I also reflect on what signals did we give. We only had 2 days in between, coming from Wembley, and from a very emotional game and a very emotional win to the next match. So like only 2 days in between, and I felt very tired after the Real Madrid, and after the turnaround, Southampton away, Real Madrid away, and another away game in Wembley. It was tiring, and I felt it. I asked myself, what signals did I give? Should I have pushed harder? Because we did what we were convinced about to do, but you feel it. on an evening game, I think there's still enough time to prepare and to get into the right mood. And I have for myself, because you asked me, also developed a routine that you don't feel the same level of excitement before every match. It's for me personally impossible. And you should not expect it. And there's nothing wrong if you sometimes feel a bit like lower level of excitement, lower level of tension. This is also normal, but it has nothing to do that you do it less serious or that you prepare with less quality. And I don't want to get confused in these kind of thinking now, because we can trust ourselves and we prepared in the best way possible. And of course we are asking ourselves, what is it? Because it came again from out of the blue, but it is a bit of a weird result, given how the game went, a bit different like the Real Madrid game and the performance in it and the Brentford game for me.
Just one on West Ham, obviously.
Yeah.
Unlucky to lose away there earlier in the season, but
Yeah.
they're through to Europa League
With a
final,
big mistake.
fighting for top 4 finish. What have you made of their season on a whole, and also the job that David Moyes has done?
Well, I think he's doing an incredible job, and this is it's a very popular club and a very emotional club, and a team together in a group with a coach, which is enjoyable to watch. Like, we follow the EuroLeague games, and I follow a lot of their games because it's nice to watch, because it's a full investment physically. The players are absolutely tired after their matches. It's a very emotional, very physical squad, very hard to break down, very hard to create chances, very, very dangerous in counterattacks and set pieces. So there's a lot to take care about, and it needs a lot of physicality and a lot of commitment to stand up against them. But full credit to them, and will be a very tough one, of course.
Last question in the TV section, Nick.
Thomas, if the Premier League table was just home matches, you'd be ninth. In away games, you'd be second, just 2 points behind Man City. Do you have to sort of create that sort of fortress feeling of Stamford Bridge again?
Obviously, I mean, these numbers are I didn't know that, but it's obvious that we are behind, and it's very unusual. Very unusual also for me in my experience over the last years, not only here. It's unusual. I don't know what it is, and yeah, we need to. If we had a solution, if we had the one thing, we would just I don't know, switch the dressing rooms and or take another hotel or something like this. But this would maybe be more superstition than anything else. So, I have no solution, but it is obviously not the level that we want to produce in home games.
You wanted to be obviously, and in so many games you have been the team that people hate playing against.
Yeah.
But then there's been the odd moment in home games, hasn't there, when that sort of slipped? I wonder if you could, again.
Yeah, it's a bit fragile at the moment, I have to say. We have it was against Brentford, was against Real Madrid, and was straight away better in the next 3 games. And now we had a good start and to the match. Actually, I was very happy with the energy, the quality, and it's a bit like, oh no, not again. It's a feeling like, oh, not again. And if once you have this feeling, it's hard to get rid of it again, because sometimes it's not even a problem tactically, or it's not a problem in shape, or sometimes it's due to pure quality that you have to accept, sometimes also from the opponent. But it's very hard to separate. Was this now to our mistake? Was this not enough? Or was it simply very difficult to defend this chance? And it can happen that a feeling that creeps in that you don't want to have in a home game. Normally you want to have the home game no matter what happens. We are still capable of coming back. But the game now is for me a bit different, but very hard to argue, because it seems obvious that we have a row of 3 home games that are very similar results that we absolutely don't like. And it's now the job to convince the players to keep on going, supporters to keep on pushing and to stay to hang in positive, because we have a lot to build on, we have a lot to rely on, we have a lot to trust, and don't get superstitious now, and don't believe in things that maybe are not there. So, but it is another challenge on top of it.
Okay, that's it. Cameras off, please. It's the end of the broadcast section.